Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Surprise! I'm actually recording a video on Saturday morning. Today is October the 2nd, Saturday, 9:09 a.m. I woke up early because I woke up early. And today, actually, I'm going to try something slightly different because previously, for all 15 of you, if you've been watching my video, I usually do pretty random, coin analysis based on its chart and everything. But usually I do everything in a bunch, and it's kind of difficult to track. So today I'm going to try to do it separately. And now I'm going to look at Solana. And this is going to be a pure technical analysis plus some sort of, fundamentals focusing on Solana. Well, the reason is because, first of all, I have tons of Solana that I bought throughout the time. I kind of lost track of where my break-even point is, but right now I'm definitely enjoying a hefty profit. And second of all, Solana has been really hot with this kind of trajectory, if you can see right here. And behind Solana, it's Sam FBF, which is SBF, which is the owner of FTX. He's one of the best traders in the world, maybe in the cryptocurrency world at least. And I would not be surprised if he's ready to do something very interesting. And also the ecosystem for Solana is really interesting. The products, there's a couple there's a couple other coins that is are doing very well, like Ray, that's Solana related, or so. There's which one? Not near. Geez, I forgot. Never mind. So, because I'm getting old, there are like so many coins to keep track of. This is why I'm doing this, right? I want to focus on one thing so that I don't get mixed up. All right. So without further ado, let's look at Solana's chart. Right now, looking at the daily time frame, and also I'll do a light refresh course on how to look at trends and stuff, right? If you trace the chart, what do you see? So giant, crazy explosion here, and then major correction here, flat. Ooh, nice, right? So what does this tell you? You can easily tell that. So basically, if we were to look at on the daily time frame, the upward trend is still quite strong. However, Solana said this. There are two pretty critical levels right here. Okay, I'm not very good at drawing horizontal lines. There you go. So this is the resistance now, and this is the daily support, right? I was talking about Solana yesterday, and then did I? At least in my mind, I did when I was doing my market analysis. Solana has to break 150. So this is the 150 line. Solana has to break 150 in order to be considered in a longing position. So right now, it has successfully surpassed 150, right? And we are quickly approaching the second test, which is at 170, 171-ish. This is the previous high. It couldn't break. If Solana couldn't break or break a little bit, but quickly gets pulled back, and then again is still showing signs of not being able to break 170, then the probability will be in the favor for which one? You guessed right. Short. Shorts. Because it's very clear that 170 is going to be a pretty significant resistance for the price to go up. And what are we going to do? Are you going to buy right now because Solana has made a significant, explosion? Significant explosion. What kind of word is that? Because Solana just exploded? Maybe not, right? Because, well, if you're a smart trader, like most people are, you should buy the dip, which is here, right? You don't buy here. But, I was talking about the same thing here, right? If you bought here, you'll be in a very, very good position. But then again, we're not talking about pure gambling. We're talking about, making wise decisions based on technical analysis. And that means that obviously you're not going to be able to seize every single profiting opportunity out there, because that's just impossible. And I'm not trying to help you to buy at the lowest point and sell at the highest, which that's also very difficult. If you know how to do that, do let me know. But one of the most important thing is, if you follow these rules, the priority is really to make sure that you don't lose too much if you guessed wrong. All right, because for people who bought in here, it's still going to be a very, very long way. It's at 220, it's going to be at least $50, right? $50. This is a lot of money. And I don't want you to buy here. I want you to buy here, which is difficult, but you can also buy here, buy here, buy here, or even, buy here, right? If the trend is more clear this way. So just on a daily time frame, the decision will be easy, which is, if you want to long, you wait until it breaks 170, 172-ish, right? Like by breaking out, you see, like the candlestick must be at least somewhat this level, right? You want to see at least on the daily time frame, maybe not on the daily time frame, but at least on the hourly time frame. You see something that's breaking out. It's already breaking out a little bit, but you want to make sure that it breaks out, at least like this. Then comes down, if at all, for retesting, making sure that the 172, 173, it is now a support line. So we need to wait for this resistance line becomes a support line. Then look for opportunities to trade. Place your position here so it's easy to defend, and then get your stop loss here, so that you have a reasonable amount of space for the consolidation. But also, if the market goes down like this, you'll be protected because you set your stop loss right here, somewhere around here, right? So that's the entire philosophy. But sometimes, if you follow that very closely, you're gonna miss a lot of opportunities, because you won't. Well, if you're not in front of computers, like this will be difficult to catch. This will be difficult to catch. This will be difficult to catch, because at that time, if you can see, right, at that time, we're still in the downward trend. Maybe one of the easier way to get in, if we were switched to 4-hour time frame. I talk about the importance of doing 4-hour time frame, right? Because especially for cryptocurrency, 4-hour time frame is so far what I found to have the most clear swap off exchange of support resistance. Like look at this, right? Super clean. This is support here, and then it breaks out, makes a very, very nice bounce back, retest of the previous resistance, now support, before it goes back up, right? So this is something that you can definitely get in, because it's very, very clear. It's a retest on the 4-hour time frame. And let's see. You probably could get in here, but it's just risky because you don't know, right? This is just too high. This might be another good point. This might be another good point. But then we have to zoom in and see. But right now, because we're way beyond that, I'm not gonna waste your time and mine. Let's focus on setting up the trading plan. So for Solana, all right, I'll be waiting for. I was hoping to long because I still have positions open. And where should I exit my market? Where should I exit my market? If price drops, let's see, below 165, because this is where the previous support exchange happened. Support resistance exchange happened. If the current price drops lower than 165, that's when I will liquidate my position, because I've had enough. But if your faith is strong, you buy the dip, hold it. Eventually, someday it might go up like this. Because look at this, right? I still have high hopes for Solana to break out new high. You can see this long change of direction, right? It's somewhat like whenever I see a chart looking like this, I will be very excited, because this means that all of these people will be used as fuel for the price to go shooting up in the sky. So hang on. And if it does come back up before it goes back, you can do a healthy gamble here. We're probably not allowed to talk about gambling, but then this is about a game of probability, right? So there's maybe a 20%, 30% chance that when the price breaks out, comes back, and then not able to break through the support line, then there's a 20-30% of chance that the price will go up like this. So you bet probably $100 here, right? So give it $1 or $2 of range, and then just hope for the best. If it doesn't, if it breaks out your stop loss line, it's okay. It's a $100 lottery ticket, and if it didn't, it goes all the way up. You risk $600 and you got what, like 1,000, 2,000. Like that's good business, right? That's good business, and then that's actually the core mentality of what we should have towards especially cryptocurrency, because this is sustainable. There are people who invested or pour their life saving into one coin, hoping for it to 10x, 100x, 10,000x, just like what Dogecoin has happened. But then, though, it has certainly happened, and people certainly got filthy rich because of that. But how often does that happen? Like, you have to take the probability into consideration, and you also need to take the risk factor into consideration. And this system that I just introduced, or I just shared with you, doesn't have the upside. Well, it does have a little bit of the upside when cryptocurrency, when the coin you invested explodes into space, right? Go to the moon, whatever, right? You will have a healthy change. 10,000, 20,000, depends on how much you put down, right? But if it doesn't, if it goes south, and let me remind you, it happens more often than not, you will not lose everything. You will have a stop loss. So always have your stop loss. Always. Even if you've missed opportunities because you have stop loss, it's okay. There are tons of opportunities every single day. You just wait for another one. But if you somehow lose all of your money as you poured your retirement fund into a alter coin that goes to zero, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to come back up. Right? How much time have you spent saving up all that money? Right? That's pure gambling. Your risk is unlimited, but your reward not proportionate. So whenever we do tradings like this, manage your risk reward ratio. Make sure that your risk is controlled. Worst case scenario, you lose the amount of money that you can afford to lose. And then every time when you see an opportunity, you get in. And throughout time, you'll be able to make consistent profit. All right. So that's it. And my trading plan for Solana, in summary, will be I will wait for breakout. Again, be patient at 173-ish. And if the price comes down at 165, I will consider liquidating my current position because the rally might not make any more sense. And if it goes up, I will take I'll probably take profit at 190. Oh wait, where should I take profit? I don't know. So if this happens, right? Let's look at Adam's reflection. It's going to be a pretty interesting one because look at this, right? Ooh, it might be shooting up to 220. But at least for this one, because that candlestick chart is not finished yet, right? So let's look at this. Okay, so chances are it might go up to 192. And actually that's where I will be taking part of my profit because it's nice to have some profit. Let's see, what about hourly? And right now, actually, if you take a look at this, right? On the hourly time frame, on the hourly chart, we are at what? If you got in here and you don't want to risk this, it's probably time for you to get out because based on Adam's theory, it might be consolidating here, comes down before it goes up. And that seems to be what we're doing right now. So, Adam theory. It's pretty interesting, right? There's this book called Adam's Theory of the Market that's probably available through Amazon. If you're interested in learning more about Adam theory, it's called Adam Theory of Markets by Wells J. Wilder. This dude, oh geez, it's $65. Oh my god. Oh, there are used ones for $34. So and it's published in 1987. Do not discount the book because it's published in 1987. This dude, Wells J. Wilder, is the inventor of RSI and a couple other indicators. I forgot. So all the important indicators that you guys use these days. And at the end of his professional life, he made this statement about he's not sure whether or not these indicators will work. And then he moved forward and bought a theory from one of his friends, for $1 million then money, and then published it. And that later became atom theory. And it's very simple. So it basically says if there's a candle bar that breaks out, you do 180-degree flip, and it basically tells you in high probability how the market will move. And I don't use I don't use it for entering into the market. I use it for deciding whether or not I should get out if I'm on a short-term trading plan or long-term trading plan. If you're on a short-term trading plan for Solana, right? If you got in here and you have a short-term trading plan, the best way is to get out here and then wait for the breakout, come back, then you can get back in, right? If you're longer term and then you're willing to risk it, it's probably worth the risk. But also make sure that you protect your positions here, because if it breaks out downwards, it might not work. All right, so that's it today. Apologies for my really rudimentary video editing skills, but I don't really have time to edit most of my videos, and I want to be able to share what I know with you, and trade responsibly. Do not gamble. At least have the edge, have the probability on your side before you're going. Always know what you're doing. Set out your trading plan. Know when to exit, and know when to stop loss and when to take profit. So yeah, as long as you can adhere to your trading plan and all the rules, you'll be fine, and then you'll be making consistent profit. All right, thank you very much. You have a great day.